What's up, guys? Shane Cass, welcome back to another video where I'm reviewing people. Today, gonna look at Slipstrip. Recently, I've been playing with him, and I've been hearing some inklings of self-doubt within himself and his character. I've been hearing, "Wow, I'm just so bad," and "God, terrible," stuff like that. I don't want to hear that. I'm a pretty decent DPS player. I'm a pretty decent tank player. I think we're sitting in the gold range for him right now. I can definitely get him up in the plat. So that's why I want to help him out. I want to give him some pointers. And, just kind of see, what I can help him with. So I wanted to watch his gameplay, and like I said before, I'm not the best player in the world. Don't plan to be, but I think I can probably provide some fundamental and foundational tips to him that will help him improve himself exponentially, at least hopefully. We're starting off on Freya, character who excels at her burst damage, but is very slow, or not slow, but has some periods of vulnerability. Okay, get some little pop shots going. So, this is just a very small nitpick, but it's something that I think is relatively important, is that we're using one of our dashes to walk like 2 feet, This is a dash that reloads your gun, or at least your, whatever the hell it is, the right click. You could have just walked up there, It's a small little mechanical thing, but I think it's relatively important, just considering the fact that you could have an extra dash right here, which is important, especially when you're playing against a diva, and what's their team comp? A diva, basically, who's probably your biggest threat as of now, just because of her ability to kind of fall on top of you and negate a lot of what you do. Good shots on Soldier. So, let's see here. So we have 2 dashes, right? I die because I'm shit. Our diva is out of mech. At this point, I'm like, fuck. You should probably get out of here. Because diva's gonna die, and because diva's dead, guess who's coming for you? Also, where did your dashes go? Whoa! Whoa! We're just dashing? Hold up. This right here. See, I knew that little tidbit from before was important, because it lets you know that you're not using your dash correctly. This is her only form of horizontal movement, and you just wasted it going forward and then backwards. These things reload your gun, dude. These things allow Freya to do a fuck ton of damage. So we're having some mechanical misplay of our abilities right here. This is a major issue, because you just wasted them like that. This diva kills your diva and then goes, wait, Freya by herself? This person might even track the fact that you don't have any dashes. So then she's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pull up, and because he wasted those dashes, you're not dead, but you should have been. You know what I mean? You should have been dead there, because had Goosefighter not come to save you, and had she not already been like 1 HP, I thought she was gonna kill you, honestly. But the fact that she didn't was kind of amazing. But that was like, you got lucky. That is something that you're not gonna get lucky on every single time. Let's see what happened with death. So we kind of rushed in there. This is a character you don't really have to play that close. You can kind of hit scan, not hit scan, near hit scan. Like, that was good right there. You should have used your dash though. You're at 3-1 health. Yeah, I think you're just exposing yourself too much. Like, if I'm flying in the air, I'm kind of trying to lean towards the side here with that wall. Just because, you want to try to be at cover pretty quickly. And I think if you had stayed right a little bit more, kind of firing them around that corner, you would have seen a bit more. Yeah, I just don't think you're, like, really being mindful of the diva, because, like I said, the diva is what you gotta be paying attention to, just because it's the only person that can directly challenge you up close. Like, if I see a diva here, like, what is our team even doing? Oops, I just tapped out of the game. Can I get back into it, please? There we go. I'm fucking farting around. Oh, where's our tank? Oh, our tank's in spawn. Okay, yeah. We need to be more mindful of what our tank is doing and what our team is at. You're kind of you just isolated yourself. And this diva's smart. She goes, wait, I have my entire team and my supports. We just killed tank. This is a free kill. So this is a moment where it's already too late, but you should have backed up. You should have backed up 10 seconds ago. And that's where your death came from. So we just gonna be mindful. Once you become mindful of these people who can just kind of aggressively come onto you, pause. You are gonna see yourself positioning yourself in a more reasonable area. So we just got a great kill. Or no, we actually did not get the kill. I'm stupid as shit. So I'm sorry. See, I'm watching that diva. It's a good ult, except I don't know how Kiriko can just do that. That's absurd. And because of the fact that she Suzu'd you... Yeah, I think you're just playing too close to this character. Granted, she was all... Yeah, like... Yeah, like, we're down a DPS. Our tank is getting shit on. Like, right here, I see these two people. I'm immediately using both of my dashes to back up. You still have your dashes, but you don't even use them here. Wait, hold up, dude. Hold up. Why aren't you have both dashes and you don't use them? I know you were probably hard focused on the ult, but you can ult and then dash back, and that's what you should have done there. You easily could have survived that, I think. And this is kind of what I suspected. I don't think that, like, major game sense tech is important here. I think for you, it seems to be positioning and resource management. Good kill. Good assist, I should say. I don't know what you see over here. Perhaps some sort of ghost of Busan, but, I don't know if you heard something, but this is time you could be shooting their diva. You do, but... Little funny little hiccup there. Let's see where you decide to set up. Okay, I like fucking farting around here. You know, see if you can get some ult charge. See if you can get a cheeky kill. Ooh, are you flicking? I think this is fine. Tracer kind of shit themselves there. So the Tracer's dead. Here, right here. This is exactly when I would dip, because look, the Soldier, the Ashe, and the Ana are walking towards you. Your diva is probably going to take the blunt here, but if the Soldier is shooting, I mean, it's a Soldier. You don't want to be staying in the middle. There you go. Boom. Perfect. Beautiful. I like this. You're setting yourself back up. This diva's inching by being that far up, but it's not your problem. You're playing around this corner, except here. Except here, you just exposed yourself to this gigantic angle, which these three people up here are going to be able to shoot you from. He just activated Visor, too. Yeah, you die because of it. So, let's see if I can get in your head right here. You see Diva, And I think what you were doing is rotating around to try and shoot the diva. First of all, you could have actually rotated. Oops, fuck. Sorry, guys. Brand new. You could have rotated around this way if you really wanted to shoot the diva. However, that would have probably killed you as well, just because the diva could look at you. She has a health advantage and stuff like that. But, like, I'm pretty sure you know they're there. So instead of taking this wide swing where you put, like, you're exposing yourself to an Ana and an Ashe, which can easily one-tap you. 75 plus a little bit of damage to the soldier, or the Ashe can easily kill you. I think if I saw D.Va pushing my tank like that, I'm not even gonna shoot her, because what are you gonna do if you can shoot her? You can pop a shot into her. It's not really worth it in my mind. In my mind, you sit around the corner here and you shoot the soldier who's actually half health. So that's a bit of a target priority issue, as well as a positioning thing. I think positioning is gotta be probably the thing you gotta work on the most, because resource management, yeah, but I think positioning is a prime culprit of this game. So I'm a cast now. Let's see it. So, I'm taking some sort of off angle here. I'm probably going left here, honestly, but right doesn't matter. So the problem here, this is ineffective in Cassidy's range, but it's more effective for Soldier. So yes, I'm moving forward a little bit, but you gotta, as Cassidy, is especially mindful that you're not taking a position or an angle that's too far up because of the fact that your roll is so limited. Like, we have roll, it's good, you can be a tiny bit more aggro. No. Bad that you rolled into them. This is a moment here where you just shoot. Boom, boom. You shot twice, even if you're 3 times. If you're trying to reload 4 times, just reload. No. We're not shooting the Ashe 1,000 meters away. This person has infinitely more range than you. You should be turning your head to the left and shooting the soldier who's closer to you. And look at that. I actually bail you out. I remember this. Me and Ross bail you out. Because you should have died here. But you didn't. Because this Ashe could have shot you here and killed you, but missed. That's all because you rolled. Imagine you had to roll at this moment in time. You could have rolled to the left or even rolled behind you. Maybe messed up their aim a little bit more. Eventually, and you would have probably lived. Or had a higher chance of living. But you're lucky that we were there. Problem is, and now you're looking at the right place, but too late. Like this Ashe, it's like, yeah, I see her. She's like kind of out in the open, but the problem is just you do not have the range to shoot her, so you should be focusing on a target that is closer to you. And the thing is, you have to find a target that's close to you, and that you in a place you're also not exposing yourself to the Ashe. So this is just too close. You just need to roll backwards at this point. If I'm you, I'm just rolling immediately. And you do, and you live because of it, which is good. Nice, fan the hammer. Yeah, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm shooting it. Nice. Again, with that roll, I don't like it. I'm just saying, you see how much headshot damage that you did? Like a fucking 1/4 of her health with a headshot, and that was an accidental headshot. Like, if I'm you, like I don't mind you shooting this D.Va here. It's fine. But like the Ashe here and stuff, like, oh, where were you? Where were you earlier? Yeah, you're over here. You get the D.Va out of mech. Like, I'm dead ass staying here and just shooting them down here. You know what I mean? Because instead you chase the D.Va. She's already too far away at this point, you know? In my mind, she's too far away. I don't think you're ever going to chase her, just because also she has some supports on her side. I think you just stay where you are and, like, shoot. Because, like they said, the Ashe is the issue. So either shoot here, or if you do want to shoot the Ashe, this is the way. this is the way. You walk over here and you challenge her like this. Look at that. She is going to be forced to coach gun if you hit at least one shot on her. And this is actually a relatively safe rotation as well. You could probably get about here and then roll. That's probably what I would have done. Is you either shoot from where you are now or rotate around and deal with this Ash. Just because you doing this, you're just exposing yourself to people down here and the Ash up top. Look at that. You got laser focused on her, and look, now you're all of a sudden you're in this poo-poo fart position where you can't do anything, and they're all dipping. I just don't like you shooting the Ash here. Like, you're just never gonna kill her, and by the time you do the thing, it's too late. Ross was already there. Imagine if you'd been there already with Ross. I think this top area would have been a slam dunk, as they say. Because if it was just Ash here, you probably would have gotten the kill. But the problem is that 3 people just pulled up. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's the problem here? What's the problem here, Spike? You know there's a bunch of people over here. We're rolling in at full ammo. They're just gonna fucking bum rush the shit out of you. Frank's dead. Our tank jumped down. Look at that. You just exposed yourself to 4 people up top. You should be at the back end of this walkway. You need to be here. You can shoot a little bit, or you can even be here. You're walking up here. But imagine if you still had your roll. You could have rolled down and rotated around and around or something. But you rolled forward into 4 people. You're just asking to be killed. And that's what's... I will bet my fucking house that you're about to be killed right now. And that's because you rolled into the people. Literally no other reason. See, this fight, imagine... Okay, let's see the ramifications, too. Imagine you were still alive here. Because, you know what's interesting about this fight? Wait, what the fuck? Am I stupid? Now you spectate you. Let's see the ramifications. Mora drops. Look at that. You have 3 people shooting. 3 people are shooting here. They all kind of, they all disperse a little bit. But imagine the diva doesn't see you up here. She might even drop down to shoot. And that's what she does eventually. She would probably have dropped down instead of shooting you because you're too far away for her to properly engage. She probably would have dropped down and started shooting him, or even stayed here and shoot the resale. So imagine you're still alive, kind of push back a little bit. This soldier, you probably could have killed, right? Because the soldier is in a negative position at this point if you were there. You know what I mean? You would be close to him. He is at nearly half health, and you could have killed him. Boom. Then that's an easily winnable fight. You probably would just turn the fight right there. But you're dead, unfortunately. And also, like, where's the Moira at? Are there Moira died? Imagine you kill this dude, then you can rotate around and start putting pressure on the Kiriko, too. Or even stay up here and start putting pressure on the D-Wade from below. You know, like, there's so many more options that you've been presented to if you had not died there, which would have helped our Arisa and then potentially would have won the fight. You know, you kind of understand what I'm saying here?
Come on, Cole. Try a little harder.
Ew! Okay, hold up. You're a demon. These are some good shots. And I like what you're doing here. You don't have roll. Okay, I hate what you're doing here. This is a moment. Just walk. Just walk. Like, there's no urgency here. Like, you don't have to be up there. I would only roll if you are guaranteed to get a kill off of the roll. You know what I mean? Well, let's say there's like a life weaver that's like half health that you know is around the corner. Then I'm rolling into that. You just get that small amount of speed to potentially get there before you can get healed. But you're just fucking yourself over by rolling for no reason, because now you get the kill, but they're soldier and diva, right? If they kill our Genji, and if they kill these people, they can just fucking run into you. Or maybe even you're a low-key a genius because I didn't even do either of that. You watch this again. So maybe this is a good play on your part. I mean, okay, our whole team is there. I didn't realize that. Maybe it's the role play. It's fine, I guess, in hindsight. Now that I'm looking at it better, but I still wouldn't do it. I think it's just a bad habit. I always say roll with intention. Use movement abilities with intention. I know you just shoot Diva. Alright, well this is embarrassing. All of us die here, which is kind of hilarious. Let's see, what would I have done here? It probably would have been better to go here, but it's okay. You just barely didn't make it. So I'm not gonna wait for that. Ugh. Oh well. Did you do it with the roll? You had a roll. This is another timing thing, I believe. Yeah, like where's Tank? Tank's not here. Granted, maybe we should have kept you alive, but how are you getting fucking deleted so hard? Is Diva like OP? Whatever. I don't. You know, with no Tank, I just wouldn't be pushing up that high. I think you're just pushed too far forward with the Tank. I like these sprays up and down. Again with the roll. We might get this other time. So, from this clip, it is apparent to me. Wait, what? You can press numbers? But your two main issues are cooldown usage and positioning. And positioning / target parties. I get those three things. But, like, we just gotta put ourselves. If I were to dumb it down to you in a way that's like kind of understandable, you just gotta put yourself in a spot where you can do the most damage at any given time. Let me rephrase that. You can do the most damage at any given time while taking the least amount of damage at any given time. You're basically maximizing what you can possibly do at any given moment. Right here, this is perfect. Boom, boom. It's fine that you miss shots. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter. You're still putting pressure on this Kiriko, which is making her TP away. Is roll. We're walking. Also, if you really want to roll into this thing right here. You can get a better angle to shoot people at. Granted, you're pretty low, but I think that's because you just got shot by the Ash. So, like, imagine, like, they're all on the run. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the Orisa in my speed ring is freaking them the fuck out. So like, oh shit, we're gonna dip. Like, imagine you roll. Like, look at this. Target priority to the up the wazoo. We're shooting the Ash 1,000 meters away when there's a fucking perfectly fine Diva low health. There is the Soldier and the Moira as well. Roll if you really want to roll here. If you fucking feel the inkling to roll, which honestly, if you're chasing them, maybe it's fine. But you just kind of rolled into the Kiriko here. That's why maybe I didn't catch it initially. But imagine you roll into here to try to catch them faster. You might have even killed the Warrior. You might have even killed the Soldier. You might even demike the Diva here. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, go back to what I said. Is this maximizing your DPS and minimizing your damage? Hell no. Even if you hit 2 headshots here, that's half of her health. If she hits 2 headshots here, you're dead. Like, that's literally what it is. So, imagine you're hiding behind here. Ash can't shoot you. Like, let's go to the Ash's POV. You're here. Imagine you're right here. She can't see you. You're getting free shots on their team. She can't get shots on you. You're maximizing DPS, minimizing your damage, or maximizing your damage and minimizing damage taken. You kind of understand what I'm saying here? Anyways, that's all I have to say to you. Maximize your damage and minimize your damage taken. That's the hard part, and the hard part is applying it in the game and figuring out like where you want to kind of, where do you want to go? How do you do that while you're in the game? You know, like where do I need to go at this moment? What do I need to do? It's hard. Yeah, that's why it takes actual thought. Because right now it seems like you're just kind of doing stuff without really thinking about it. Clearly, you're just rolling for no reason. You're not really thinking about who you're shooting. Just start thinking about that stuff more, and I think you're gonna see an easy improvement because you have mechanical aim. I can see it. You're not like if you're not being held back by like your mouse movement or something. It's definitely not the issue. Just do what I said. Hammer this in your head. Maximize your damage dealt. Minimize your damage taken. If you do that, like it's very broad on purpose. You're gonna have to be creative with it, and that's where the fun of the game comes from. But I hope this has been helpful. Like I said, I'm not the greatest at the game, but I feel like hopefully I provided some tips for you, and I hope to see you in plat with me and stay in my stack.